What's up, everybody? Jake Peters here from PS This Is Awesome. Welcome to episode 434. My name is Jacob Peters. As I mentioned previously, I'm joined today, as always, by Frederick Oakman. This is a PlayStation podcast where we talk about, as you would imagine, PlayStation, but sometimes we expand beyond that to general everyday life, adulting, motorcycles, and sometimes other brands of video games, movies, TV, whatever. But generally, this is supposed to be a PlayStation podcast, hence the name. Before we jump in, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PSThisIsAwesome, where you can watch the video version of the podcast if you want to see our ugly mugs for some reason, or if you have any interest in whatever fucking nonsense the data centers came up with for the thumbnail. If you want to reach us on PSN, I am JakeSaw01. Fred is Anchorless_81. If you want to get a hold of us, tell us what you're thinking. You can either comment on our YouTube page. You can send your thoughts to psthisisawesome@gmail.com. Or if you really want to tell us what you're thinking, you can join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/PSThisIsAwesome. We have the one and only $1 club there. We just have one tier. It's $1. You get a free sticker. It's pretty cool looking. You can stick it on your tractor, as we found recently. You could stick it on your new car. You could stick it on your wife's butt. I don't really care. But you will have it. And we'll give you a shout out on the show as well. And you can write in on Patreon. We love hearing from people, but you don't have to pay to write in. You can just get a hold of us. Let us know what you think, what we're doing wrong, what we're doing good. If you just have any general thoughts about what we're talking about. With all that out of the way, Fred, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I got the windshield replaced. They came to my work site. It's done. It's a done deal.
Good.
There were no questions. Everything's good there. Got a work function later today, which is weird on a Sunday. They're trying to do this thing where they're like, let's all meet up and have a little picnic. And it's like, all right, I guess,
Yeah.
I'm in a position where I kind of feel like obligated to go. So that'll be okay. I'm building a workbench because I don't have a good one. And I found these really nice plans online, and I'm going to put one together. Picked up all the wood for it yesterday. Using some older wood I had laying around that'll work. But so that's a project I've got in the pipeline. What else? Man. O'Neal Cruz is back with the Pirates. Happy to see that. He was disabled or out for a while. He was on the DL list. For a while, and then the Steelers football season has started.
Well, preseason, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two preseason games now. Steelers won the first one. They lost the second one against the Jets, 10 to nothing, maybe. But they're playing all their second and third string guys right now. So we don't really know what the real Steelers is going to look like or what the real teams are going to look like. I will say this, that I don't have cable. Right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to figure out, how, if you like to watch these sports at all, how do you watch them in the modern age? And this is not an endorsement or anything, but last year we used Hulu TV to get all the Steeler games, but that was almost $90 a month or something.
Yeah.
So I found that YouTube TV has a thing they're pushing right now for anyone interested. It's called YouTube Sports. And you can probably get all of the football games for they're running a special. It's $49.99 a month, which is considerably better than the next best option, which is $90 a month. So, and it's good for 12 months.
Well,
and you're not locked in, but go ahead.
So, two questions before I get to the YouTube thing. In baseball, do they really call it the disabled list?
No, they call it the DL list. I forget what it stands for. It's not disabled. That's the word I used. It was what is the DL? What does the DL list stand for? I gotta look it up.
Anyway, while you're thinking about that, I'm pretty sure YouTube bought NFL Sunday Ticket, so I'm wondering if they are like kind of rolling that into this YouTube Sports thing, because that would be about right price wise for $50 a month for the length of the football.
DL historically stood for disabled list, but now it's been renamed to the IL, the injured list. My bad. I thought it was still the DL. That's how antiquated I am.
That's
Sorry,
funny.
go ahead.
That's really funny. So YouTube. So what I'm curious about with the YouTube thing is that football, like hockey, is really bad now. If you want to watch all the football games, you have to have like literally $1,000 worth of subscriptions and television and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if you get the YouTube Sports thing, I'm assuming that is not going to include, now granted it depends if the Steelers are playing or not, but it's not going to include the random game that's on Netflix and the random game that's on Hulu and the random game that's on Prime and all of this stuff. So that's what's frustrating about all this is with the sports side, like we're all annoyed with streaming services in general nowadays and just how many you have, and there's so many of them. Everybody has their own streaming service, blah blah blah. But if you're a sports fan, it's really bad because you have to have all of these different services just to watch your team play if you want to watch every single game.
Well, and the shitty thing is, not to cut you off, but the shitty thing is this with this YouTube Sports thing, baseball is a whole different thing. Baseball doesn't operate like football. Like you have to have, because they do all the blackout games. So the Pirates, the only way to watch them right now in their market is to subscribe to S&P 360, which is like not as bad really, but you don't get football with that. So it's just hockey and baseball. So it makes these things incredibly difficult to figure out. So although I'm paying now the $50 a month for YouTube Sports, I can only now catch the occasional Pirate game when they're on like CBS or something. You know what I mean? Like, which is hardly ever because they suck. And they got to be playing a big name team. They played the Dodgers last night, and that was on there, but we lost. But I will say that the other point, and then I'll let you riff on this because this will piss you off. I'm giving YouTube now $50 a month, and you would think that would eliminate ads when I'm on that channel. It doesn't.
No.
You gotta have YouTube Premium still.
Yeah, you don't get YouTube Premium with that, which is a fucking farce.
They ought to include like no ads if you're giving them any money.
Well, that's like the Amazon Prime shit now. Like I pay $200 a year or whatever it is for Amazon Prime, and that included Prime Video. And now technically it does, but it has ads in it. Yeah. So it's like if you want, you got to pay an extra $7 a month. If you don't want to have the ads on your Prime Video. So I just don't watch Prime Video, to be completely honest with you. YouTube is a different story. You really can't avoid YouTube if you do anything video-wise on the internet these days. But thankfully, I guess, if you really wanted YouTube Premium, I think it's still only like $10 a month or something, which really isn't too bad if YouTube is your primary method of viewing stuff online. But that really sucks. And I know I go through the same thing with watching the Penguins play because I think it's like 60. So they play 82 games. 60 some of them, maybe in the upper 60s, are on S&P 360. But there's probably 15 plus games that are either on like Hulu or they're on fucking Amazon or they're on NBC or they're on this or they're on that. And it's like, I can't get all of it. Or it's on ESPN Plus is like a big thing now with hockey. Or the thing that's really annoying is if you subscribe for ESPN Plus, but then they put it on the network ESPN channel. You can't watch it on ESPN Plus. You have to have network TV to get the ESPN channel to be able to watch it. So it's like, it's no wonder that people are just fucking pirating this shit or sharing logins with each other or whatever. It's like, just make it easy. Just make it fucking easy for me to watch the team that I want to watch. I don't care if it's like $500 a year, but if I subscribe, if I pay, I should be able to pay you one price, and I should be able to get every single game for that team, whether they, go all the way to the championship and win through the playoffs and everything, or just the regular season games or whatever. It's really frustrating. Of course, it's never going to change because of how much money changes hands. The cable companies pay these leagues so much money. Like, all these different services pay the leagues so much money to have these broadcast rights that the leagues are never going to change it. So it's frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. I've always thought that this was kind of weird. It's like, I would pay, if someone was like, you could pay, I don't know, $300 a year, and all you get is Penguins games. That's it. You don't get any other teams. You don't get anything else, but you get every single Penguins game available to you. I know that's kind of like a premium price, but it's like, I'd probably do it just because now I don't have to look around. I don't have to wonder. I log into SMP 360 to watch the game, and it's not on there. It's like, okay, where the fuck is it? So I like get on Google, and it's like, oh, well, this one's on ESPN. So I log into my ESPN Plus that I also pay for, and it's like, oh, well, no, it's actually not on this version of ESPN. It's on that version of ESPN. And it's like, come on, guys, come on. But anyway, we don't have to rant about that anymore. So as for me, yesterday, I went to physical therapy for the first time on Friday for my ankle, and so she did this whole eval thing. She does like range of motion to see like where everything's at. And we talked about all the different, we talked about everything that I've been doing, what my goals are. We did some stretching. She did this she had this like ultrasonic wand that she like rubbed over the tendon, and it like makes no noise and you feel nothing. It's like, it literally seems like, she's just waving like some fucking magic wand over me. Yeah. But apparently it breaks up the tightness or whatever in the tendons to try to decrease the inflammation.
What's it cost for one of those?
Fuck, I don't know, man. But so we did that. She gave me some stretches. So yesterday morning, I was like, I'm going to go for a run. I still feel kind of tight, but I've been doing all the stretches and everything. I'm just going to run. I'm not going to pick like a specific mileage that I want to do. I'm just going to run and see how I feel, and then just kind of run until I feel like I should stop. And I ended up running 8 miles, which in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have done, but I felt really good. Like, better than I felt for a long time. And so I was like, I just want to keep going.
You took a long time off. You took a break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been running relatively consistently, but it's been like 3 miles, 4 miles. It's never been, I've never done anything that long, at least this year, other than I did 7 miles maybe a month ago. And so I did that. And I basically, there's this place by my house. It's like a trail that's like one way. It's 3.5 or 3.25 miles. So I just like went down, and I was like, okay, I'll turn around. And I like turned around and I came back, and I got all the way back. And because of like some walking that I did before I started, I was right around 6 miles.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I could just walk and cool down and be done. But I was like, I feel pretty good still. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to turn around, and I'm just going to keep running. And then if I hit this mark and turn around, I'll be at 7 miles, and that'll be good. That'll match my max for the year. And then I got like halfway through that. It's like, I still feel pretty good. So so it's like, I'll go a little bit farther before turning around. And I got all the way to my turnaround point. I go to turn around, and I just feel a twinge in the bottom of my foot.
Oh,
and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And it's just me, pushing too hard. But it felt like I felt the twinge, and then like it felt kind of fine the rest of the run. But all day yesterday, the bottom of my foot has been tight. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Do I now have like plantar fasciitis on top of the freaking post-tib tendonitis or whatever the hell I've got going on? And so I ended up finishing the 8 miles. I did my cool down. I did my stretch. I stretched out my calves and everything again whenever I was done running. And I had to like rush home. I didn't get to do as much stretching as I wanted to because I sold my car to Carvana yesterday, and I had an appointment at 2:00. And Sarah called me, and I'm like still running, and she's like, "Don't you have to leave in like 10 minutes?" And I looked at my watch, and it was like fucking noon, and I needed to be in Cleveland for an appointment at 2:00. And I was still running. I had to get back home, shower, get in my car, and leave. And so I ended up getting to my appointment just fine. But dude, I don't know if you guys got any of this, but it fucking stormed for like starting at like right around 1:00. And so Sarah had to, she followed me over there like a half hour behind me to pick me up so we could go back home. But the whole ride home after like the first maybe half hour, it was like a thunderstorm the whole way. There's like fucking lightning. You know, like how loud thunder is when you can like hear it while you're driving down the road. You can hear it through the car. Yeah. And it was just doing that the entire fucking drive home. And we got home and it stormed a bit. But so we got a lot of rain yesterday. But the funny thing was, it's not funny, but it's like cosmically funny, is that when I was going out, there was this intersection, because I took basically back roads to get there. There's this intersection that I got to just before I got to this town called Middlefield, which is in Ohio. And when I was coming through to go to my appointment, I saw fire trucks and shit. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to get, because there's nowhere to go. Like, I'm on this back road. I'm not going to like off road to try to get around it or something. But I got up to it and they had cleared the intersection by the time I got there. So I was able to get through it. And a car had come through and ran into a telephone pole in the intersection. Car was pretty fucked up. But I didn't see any ambulances or anything, so I'm guessing that whoever did it probably was okay.
Well, there just wasn't a need for one.
Or there was, unfortunately. Usually they still call an ambulance, but yes, that would have been really bummer. But so I got to my appointment. We come back. Same fucking intersection. Yeah. 2 trucks T-boned.
No.
And we're totally fucked up.
Well, don't run through that.
And they like ran off the side. So I was still able to just drive through the intersection. No problem. I didn't have to wait. But it was like the same fucking intersection going out and coming back. There was 2 different accidents in the same intersection. I'm like, what is going on? Like, there are moments like this that I don't literally believe this, but there are moments like this recently in my life, especially with like the state of the world, or where like this type of thing happens, where I'm like, it seems almost impossible that we're not in some kind of fucking simulation.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, when these things happen, it's like the shit with your windshield or whatever, where it's like the weirdest stuff is happening. It feels like this didn't happen before. But anyway, so
I know.
So we took care of that and got home and everything was cool. But that was my week. I don't know that anything else really happened.
All right.
But
sorry about your foot, but
and honestly, my foot feels fine today. We'll see how it feels. I have PT again tomorrow. My ankle and my lower legs and stuff are really tight and sore, so that's probably just overuse. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that with a little bit of stretching and therapy and stuff, that I'll be good to run in this race, because that was like the thing that I was really bummed about, is I've been fucking working at it all summer, and then it's going to be like, oh well, yeah, you just can't do it. which is like really frustrating. So, but anyway, moving on. It looks like we've got some listener feedback.
Yeah, this is funny.
From my brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So Josh is he's an insurance guy, I believe.
Yeah,
and,
he works for an insurance company, yeah.
He listens to the show, and he just wrote in on the YouTube channel. Hold on a second. That has my running headbuds. I don't know how they got down there. But he said, "You're overcomplicating the windshield, Fred. Just submit your claim and say what happened. You should be fine. The more you try to explain how wild and odd it is, the more likely they're going to make you look guilty. More guilty you're going to look." That's true, dude. Like, the dude showed up, and the very first thing he said was, he goes, "Well, it looks like there's 2 points of impact." And I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. Was that, like, you know, a wiper where there would only be 1 point of impact. So like, this guy doesn't think that I did anything. So I just let it go. Yeah. And then he kind of asked he did ask what happened, you know. And I told him that I was just driving and the windshield wiper blade flew off. And he said, "That is really weird." And I was thinking he was going to doubt me. And then he goes, "Someone told me that 3 months ago on one that I fixed." And he goes, "Have you had this to Safelite recently?" And I said, yeah, about 3 months ago I had it there. And 4 months they fixed it and put blades on. He goes, "That's what they said. So maybe there's something wrong with the blades we're installing." And I said, "Well, maybe."
Interesting.
Maybe. I said, "I'm not going to dig into that, but maybe that is the situation."
Was it another Sorrento?
No.
It was a different vehicle.
He said it was an F-150. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He said he does a lot of replacements on F-150s, but I'm just like, yeah, because everybody has one. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So thanks for writing in, Josh. Yeah, you are right. But dude, just like Jake's saying, like, everything is kind of feels like a simulation, and I 100% know the parameter that my luck operates within, and when it's not going right, it just tends to snowball. And I was like, this is just going to be the next part of this saga. Is like, they're going to say, like, I did this or something. Because I just know when you're on a trajectory and you're on a skid, you just know that something's right around the corner. And I'm still kind of waiting for it, but it's no way to live. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah. But
anyways, I don't know. We'll get into games we're playing, Jake. What are you playing?
So I finished Halo. It's really good. I mean, obviously the main game is really good as always. Highly recommend, even for $50 or whatever. I didn't do any of the like go look for any of the skulls or anything like that. I may go back in another playthrough and use a guide and try and find them all, because that's kind of a neat little like it's kind of like treasures, you know, in Uncharted. It's kind of fun to like use a guide and run around and try and find them all. But the skulls are interesting in Halo because they're difficulty modifiers. So once you find them, not only there's our collection component, but once you find them, you can apply them to the game and it'll change how the game plays, which is pretty cool. But I'm kind of taking a pause from that for now. I finished it up. I played the three new missions, prequel missions that they made for it. They're not very good, if I'm being completely honest with you. But it is fun to just be able to like run around and shoot Covenant some more, I suppose, for the game that we're probably not going to get another Halo game for a long time, even if it doesn't come to PlayStation.
Right.
So that was, you know, kind of fun to do. I'm going to keep it installed for now in case maybe I do want to go back and do like get the skulls or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the other thing is, so after I beat that, I started in on I've been playing Saros.
Ooh, from your brother?
Yeah, Josh bought it, and so since we share with each other, I was able to download it, and I jumped into it, and it's interesting. It's fun. It plays really well. The gameplay, just like Returnal, the gameplay is fucking top tier. About like the way you move around, the way the guns shoot, the way everything feels, it's top of the line.
You would expect that from Housemarque.
Right. And there is something a little bit strange, and Josh and I were talking a little bit about this. The story is kind of like, at this point so far, it's just kind of like, whatever. I don't know that I really care about this. It's like, oh, you're part of this company, and like they're trying to mine this planet, and they sent like 3 expeditions before you, and they all kind of went radio silent. So you're part of this expedition.
That happens with a lot of games.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, then your ship crashed too, and now there's only a few of you left, and one of your, your coworkers went crazy, and what is going on? And there's this weird eclipse thing, and it's like, brother, I'm just here to like shoot fucking enemies that spew crazy colors and patterns and all this stuff, and it's really good. I do think that it's fun. I do like that there is an upgrade tree in this one. There was not really an upgrade tree in Returnal. At this point, I believe Returnal is probably a better game. It's a little bit simpler, a little bit more straightforward, but maybe a little bit more hardcore. This one has an upgrade tree where you can permanently upgrade your stats, like your starting stats, as well as you can unlock some things like extra lives and stuff like that. But you have to get the currency to do that by grinding these runs. And the other thing is that they have this thing called Carcosan modifiers, which if you've watched any promotional material about the game, you've seen it. It's like it's like a dial, and right in the middle, there's no modifiers. They have ones that make it easy, and then they have ones that make it hard. And when you apply them, it moves the dial either left or right. The thing that I find a little bit annoying about it, I understand why they do it this way, but I find kind of annoying. There's 3 sections of the gauge. There's the left section, which is the easy way, the middle section, which is the neutral kind of zone, and then the right section means it's really hard. It'll let you pump modifiers to put it into like the super hard mode, but it won't let you go to the left to put it in the super easy mode.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if you beat the game and you go back and play it again, it'll let you do that. But it's like, if you can let me go all the way one direction and break the game by making it super hard, why not let me go all the way the other direction and break the game to make it super easy? Now, I'm not trying to like cheat or make this game super easy to like blitz through it or whatever. But it's just kind of like one of those things that I always find kind of interesting with these types of games, where it's like you kind of went halfway making it easy for me. Why not just like either put a difficulty mode in, or let me just unlock if you want, you can make me unlock these things. But once they're unlocked, let me just fucking stack them up and rip through the game if I want. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
right. So I don't know, but that's like a minor nitpick. So I've been playing around with that, unlocking all this stuff. I'm not going to lie. I find myself playing this game just like I played Returnal. And that is finding a gun that doesn't require me to focus too much on aiming, so that I can spend a lot more time focusing on platforming, dodging, blocking, all this other stuff. And that's like my balance when I play games like this. Like whenever I played Returnal, it was the I don't know what they called it, like the web piler or something like that, where it like shot these their spikes, and they would stick in, and then they would connect with like this laser beam that would damage anything inside of the laser beam. So what I would do is I would focus all of my attention on like dodging and running and diving and weaving and doing pickups, and I would be shooting this thing towards the enemy, and it would kind of catch them in this web that would constantly do damage to them. So in this game, there's a assault rifle that has smart rounds that are like auto aiming. So you basically just have to aim towards the enemies. And then obviously you have to there's like an active reload system that you have to pay attention to. But other than that, you just kind of fire at will and just, do all the dodging. And because there's different colors, and you can use the shield to absorb blue projectiles, but red ones you have to avoid because they break everything and damage you. And then if you're in the eclipse mode, the yellow ones will give you like a corruption that builds up on you that you want to avoid. So that's kind of like my method, but I'm sure a lot of people like the weapons that don't have auto aiming, they're a lot more powerful. So if you're good at aiming and dodging and weaving, you can really lay waste to the bad guys a little bit easier. But yeah, so I beat the first boss. I'm at the second boss, but I am struggling with like the last section of, because there's like each boss, at least the 2 bosses I've faced so far have 3 health bars, and it's like 3 phases of the fight. And the last phase of the boss I'm on right now, I don't think that it's like unfair or anything. I just need to learn the attacks better. But he does these things, these like seeking corruption missiles, that I'm not quite sure mechanically how to avoid them. I always get hit by at least a few of them.
Hey, bosses that you can't figure out.
And the thing that frustrates me about it is that in Returnal, you could kind of rip through until you found the boss room again. And it might be literally the first fucking room you find after you respawn. But in this game, where I'm at, it's like you've got to complete this left leg of the map and you've got to complete this right leg of the map, and it opens up the boss door. So now, if I want to get back to the boss fight, I have to spend 20 minutes grinding these 2 arms of the map to get the boss door to open, and then I can go about fighting the boss again. So I'm at the point where like, and this is, I understand why they do this, but it's a point of frustration when you've gotten good at doing those map sections, and it's like, now I just got to spend 20 minutes fucking dealing with these enemies just to get the boss door open so I could get to where I'm really challenged again. And that's one of the components of these types of roguelike style games that's always frustrated me. But fortunately, the game's kind of fun to run around and shoot guys and blow them up. And those map sections, you are still collecting the resources that let you upgrade your character and all that. So it's not for naught or anything like that. So it's cool. The as with Returnal, the imagery and everything is really awesome in this game. The enemies are super cool. The section that I'm in now is like this like factory setting where there's these just fucking machines that are like coming after you that are just really wild looking. And so it's really cool. I'm going to keep playing it for now. I don't know. I'm not like, because I didn't pay for this, I'm not super attached to it. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of games getting ready to come out. Like Beast of Reincarnation already came out. The Plague Tale game comes out this week. So, and then obviously starting the beginning of September, we've got Blood of Dawnwalker, and we've got Onimusha and Wolverine and all of this stuff. So am I going to get through this game? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm enjoying playing it right now. So I'm just going to keep ripping. I think I've been playing it for like maybe 6 hours or so at this point. And if you like Returnal, you'll like this game, but you may have a few qualms with it that you may consider. Like, I'd be curious. If you played Returnal and you liked it, but you didn't like it that much, you wish there were some more creature comforts, this is your game. If you thought Returnal was really good and you liked that it was challenging and you could learn the map and all that kind of stuff, this game might be a little bit of a step back for you because of all the extra things that they've added to it to make it more accessible. So, that said, that is all that I have in terms of what we're playing. Fred, did you have any interest? Did you play Returnal? I don't remember.
Yeah, I got through like the first 3 levels, I think.
Did you get stuck on the 3rd level boss where it's like you're on the floating platforms?
Yeah.
And it's like the huge boss? Yeah. That's the place that catches literally everybody up. And I think when I played that game, when I got through World 3, I think I pretty much ripped through most of the rest of the game, which is really interesting. I'm sure I had some struggles, obviously, but it wasn't like how difficult I thought the first boss was really hard. And then I thought the 3rd boss was really hard, but after that it wasn't so bad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But did you have any interest in Saros, or is it just kind of not your type of game?
I don't know. I want games with a good story. Like for me, like that's what they could have done to make this maybe more interesting than Returnal, was to give it like a really cool story.
Well, I think they tried. To be fair, maybe the story gets really good. I've only done a little bit of it. But it just seems very, very trite for this type of, sci-fi kind of game. And the dialogue and stuff is fine, but it's like, I don't really feel compelled to walk around and talk to the people in the base, and the characters have this really weird fucking look to them, especially like the main boss lady. Like, she looks like, I don't know, like she was dropped on her head as a child or something. I can't really describe it. But yeah. So I guess we can move on. Fred, why don't you tell me about the news this week?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm still playing Ghost of Yotei, but
sorry.
No,
I apologize. Yeah,
it's been on there for the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's good. I was in the winter area, and man, that place just seemed exceedingly long. Like, lots of shit to do up there.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
No.
Oh, you're
nope.
still.
I took out the Kitsume, and that's where I'm at.
Okay. So you completed the main mission there. You're just cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was just curious because there's like a kind of like a twist in that section, and I didn't.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. So I was curious if you got through that. So awesome.
I appreciated that. Yeah, it was good. The game's just awesome. It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get to the news, man. We're pushing some time here already, so. We'll get into the first one. So everybody knows about this anti-digital only movement, because PlayStation's come out and said that they are going to be getting rid of physical games. So a group of PlayStation fans have officially begun a week-long hashtag PS blackout. Anyone willing to participate are supposed to, quote unquote, unplug their PS5, avoid PlayStation Network logins, gaming, and PS Store purchases. It is aimed at Sony's decision, obviously, to stop manufacturing physical games in 2028. This has angered a lot of physical media fans. The organizers of this blackout are hoping to drop in active users will send a message to Sony. Technically, they're trying to get this to run through August 30th. But there is no official end date to it. So for the super hardcore, maybe they just don't ever play PlayStation again, and so be it. So sad. Too bad, so sad. I don't know. Apparently that started, so I don't know if we'll see any kind of official response to Sony. My guess is they're just going to completely ignore the fact this is happening and just whatever.
Yeah, I'd be curious if it's how many people are going to do it. You know what I mean? Because
I'm not doing it.
Like, yeah, I'm not either. I don't, because personally, I don't think that, one, I don't think it's going to matter. And two, I'm not really, I don't understand why they're stopping physical game production. I don't know why they don't just give that as an option for the people who want it. But I'm not so butthurt about all this that I would, disrupt my lifestyle to do this. So right. But I applaud them for trying something. And we'll see what kind of performance metrics they have on this blackout, how many people show up. I wonder if they'll have any way to even quantify that. Like, cuz how can you know, right? Cuz Sony would know. They would see a drop in their active users. But how would the organizers know if how many people actually participated?
I think you just have to trust the process and just know that it sent some kind of message.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that this,
having any empirical data.
This week is the Call of Duty beta. Yeah. So I don't know how much, like, there may be people that are jumping back on that haven't been on in a while just to play that. So who knows? And I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if you had this anywhere in your news, but I think the Call of Duty beta actually includes one mission from the campaign. So if you wanted to play to try out the single player campaign, you could with the beta.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. No, it's not in my news.
Interesting.
No. But what is in my news, Jake? This is a bit to go over, so I'm going to talk about it, and then we can talk about it. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been hit with another major leak just days before Rockstar's big Netflix presentation. An anonymous group calling itself CyberLeak appears to have obtained a recent development build of the game and has been releasing footage while criticizing the industry's move toward digital-only games. Take-Two is now taking legal steps to identify the leaker, including seeking information from platforms like Microsoft and Discord. We aren't going to spoil any of what's actually in the footage because, number one, I haven't watched it, and number two, that'd be really rude. But this is a pretty wild situation for Rockstar to be dealing with right before its biggest GTA 6 presentation yet. So what's particularly strange is that CyberLeak isn't simply dumping footage and disappearing. They have attached an anti-digital distribution manifesto to the leaks, criticizing things like digital pre-orders and paid DLC while also promoting its own cryptocurrency, which has made people question how genuine its stated motivations are. So there are also indications that the leaker may be operating from Europe, but the person's real identity hasn't been established publicly. I saw something on Facebook this morning, and I don't know if this is true, but this person said that there's a quote-unquote dead man switch on this build of GTA, that if Rockstar don't make available, I think, what's on Netflix to everybody, then they're going to dead man switch, have this game, this build be put out for free for everybody online to download and play. And it's just like, wow, that's like quite the ransom. I don't know if that's true.
How could people even play it? There's no PC version of the game. So it's like, what are you going to do?
I'm not
You're gonna
sure.
Hack your fucking PS5 just so you can play this leaked shitty version of GTA 5? Like, dude,
have you seen any of this footage? I haven't.
I mean, I haven't. Obviously, you come across a couple of screenshots here and there or whatever,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know, man. This is so fucking stupid. It's like,
I feel bad for Rockstar, honestly.
I'll be honest with you, like, this person, whoever's doing this, they're playing with fire in the worst fucking way. Yeah, because I guarantee you, most people, other than people who are trying to perpetuate this type of thing, most average GTA fans do not want to see this information.
Right.
And so
I'd rather wait a week and just watch the stuff on Netflix, or 6 hours after it goes on Netflix.
That's the other thing too. Like, why are people so hung up about this Netflix thing? It's 6 hours.
People
6
just
hours.
want a reason to be pissed off, dude.
Just fucking watch it on YouTube. Who cares? It's not like you could play it right away. It's like they're releasing the game 6 hours early.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone will literally probably be live streaming the fucking Netflix thing on Twitch anyway if you wanted to watch it right away. So I don't know. The Netflix thing is a non-starter argument for me. It's so freaking dumb. It's just like, if Netflix wants to pay Rockstar to do something this stupid, take the fucking money. I don't know.
I'll say this though too. Like, they say like even negative publicity is good publicity, and like all this shit about this game, there's not probably a single household that hasn't heard of Grand Theft Auto now.
Yeah.
Like, after all this stuff.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, everyone had probably heard of it anyway. But I'm not gonna, like, leakers that, like, people that do this shit annoy me so much that, like, I would rather just, like, this guy saying that he's doing it because of fucking physical games and all this stuff. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're literally, you're going to tell me that for this argument of physical games, you're going to potentially ruin the enjoyment of millions of game players. And I don't know that the people that's just going to make the people who are hurt by it more sympathetic to Rockstar than to you. So like, I don't understand it. And to be honest with you, the fact that they're promoting their own cryptocurrency tells me that this is all bullshit. This person is literally just, they're gaming somehow. And it has nothing to do with some fucking altruistic thing. And they better hope that Take-Two doesn't find out who they are. Because that company is going to ruin your life if they find out.
No doubt about it.
So, I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing this, and I'm not very active on social media. Like, I'll browse through some stuff on Facebook occasionally, and I kind of check out stuff that my browser feeds me or what have you, but like, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on Instagram anymore, I'm not on any of these other places. So it's not really that difficult for me to avoid these things, but I am actively avoiding it because it's like, what? A week from now, less than a week from now, we're going to have the deep dive into the game, and then we'll know what it is. Yeah, and then we'll know what it is, and then after that, it's like, oh, we just got to wait a couple months for it. So, I don't know. I mean, I assume you don't have any interest in seeing any of this stuff. And
oh, fuck no.
I'm
interested in the game, but I'll probably watch it on Netflix if I can.
Yeah. Do you have
just to support, just to be like the anti?
You're going to support Netflix paying for an advertisement? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to support that just to be the punk about it.
Do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, then watch it on Netflix. Fuck it, who cares?
Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give Netflix a stream.
We actually, you know what? I paused
6 hours after it's out of Netflix and it's on YouTube. I'm going to Netflix to watch it.
You're going to watch it on Netflix anyway.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. So I paused my Netflix subscription. I didn't cancel it because if you cancel your Netflix subscription, it blows away like all of your like favorites and saves and profile stuff and all of that. So I think my Netflix subscription may actually be reactivating this week. If it does,
watch it on Netflix.
If it does, I'll watch it on Netflix. I don't fucking care.
That should be the title of the
just
show.
Hashtag watch it on Netflix.
Watch it on Netflix.
That's funny.
I already made the graphic, or else.
Yeah. That's funny. So, yeah, I'm excited for this. Apparently, it's going to be like 3 parts or something. I heard some rumor of that. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I'd be curious because I just want to see what it is. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But I don't know if you've heard there's like this meme or thing going around on the internet now about whether or not you're going to have to fill your car up with gas in Grand Theft Auto. And how annoying that would be. And it's just like, guys, can we just chill? Just wait till the game comes out, man.
Settle down.
But anyway.
It would be hilarious if they intentionally made it annoying. Like the game. Like they just leaned into it.
I could see them doing, because people do that, like they play GTA like real life. So I could
stop lights.
Yeah, I could see them maybe putting a version of that game together or a mode in it or something where it's like you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to fill your car up with gas. You'll get arrested if you blow through a red light or you run into somebody or whatever.
You catch charges for aggravated assault.
You got to sit in a courtroom and plead your case. So you actually have to real time be in jail for 24 hours.
Yeah. Gotta leave the game on and walk away.
Yeah. Anywho. Tell me about God of War.
Yeah, so we know that the original dude that was going to play Kratos is out due to an injury, but Dave Bautista is now going to be Kratos in the Amazon's live-action God of War series. He's replacing Ryan Hurst, and Ryan suffered a torn bicep during filming. So Bautista's casting means previously filmed scenes with Hurst will have to be redone. with production expected to resume later this year. So the series is adapting the recent Norse-era God of War games and will also star Callum Vinson as Atreus. And Dave Bautista also starred in many other movies. If you don't know who he is, he plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was also in Blade Runner 2049 with Ryan Gosling. He also has been in one of the seasons of Glass Onion. He's been in Knock at the Cabin. He was in Riddick. He is not just a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
This guy actually has a pretty good list of I guess a lineage of being in good movies. He does have a certain look about him, and he's just yoked. You know, he's like this big yoked dude. He's arguably not nearly as attractive as The Rock, but like he kind of looks a little more rugged and a little more like he'll mess you up, like tough. And Batista's cool, dude. He's done some cool stuff. I really liked him in the Blade Runner 2049. He had a really cool appearance in there, and in fact, I think you can watch like they did a little vignette of it of his character, in addition to his what he portrayed in that movie specifically, in the Blade Runner world, which was cool. So yeah, cool. I'm okay with this. I like this.
I like Bautista as well. I've always thought he was pretty good, but I'm not convinced of his look as Kratos. I have to see him with like a beard or something to know like because he's got a very, dude, he has like, his neck is as wide as his head is. Like he's so jacked that like he's very stocky, and I don't know how that comes out in the portrayal of Kratos, but I imagine he will do a good job in acting the role. I just wonder how the look is going to come through. I mean, what does it matter? The kid that's playing Atreus looks fucking like a gremlin. So I'm not really sure, if it really matters at this point. But yeah, I mean, whenever they were like, oh, we're going to replace Kratos, immediately in my mind, I thought Bautista. And I'm not even because I think that he's a good fit for it, but because I was like, oh, they're going to pick him. Just because of his kind of build and his stat. Like, because obviously they're not going to pick like The Rock or somebody to do it.
He's got the build. I think you're right, though. He is a little shorter and stockier than I would imagine Kratos to be, but I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe they'll do some creative cinematography to make him look huge.
I'm sure they can. Yeah. All right. Next news point. And only got 3 left, and the third one's a real quick one. Sony has admitted it made a mistake, Jake, after accidentally sweeping Ukrainian indie developer Turnox Games into its ongoing crackdown on shovelware, which initially resulted in the cancellation of Turnox's games PS5 plans for Stonks 9800. Sony has since restored Turnox's publishing access, meaning its existing games will remain on the PlayStation Store, and the PS5 version of Stonks 9800 is back on track. Situation highlights the downside of Sony's aggressive effort to clean up the PS Store when legitimate indie developers can get caught in the crossfire. That's kind of weird that someone... I don't know. I'm not a big Turnox Games guy, but I have heard of this Stonks game just through Push Square, going there a lot, and I guess it was one people were looking forward to, but apparently, like, they got the axe from Sony because they looked like shovelware or something. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, they did have at least 1 or 2 like trophy games that they had published,
Well,
and I think that's probably what caught the ire of Sony, is just like these games. Like one of them was called like Finger Exerciser or something like that, and it was like you get a platinum in 5 or 10 minutes or something.
That's how they funded this game they're putting out.
Yeah, maybe. But this Stonks game looks like legitimately kind of indie. It's kind of interesting. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But yeah, I don't have any problem with them restoring. I do think that they should continue to lay waste to all these garbage games that are on the PSN, but it is nice to see that there is some room for recourse if you accidentally get canned as part of this. So
like a re-review or something.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah. And for anyone curious, that's a kind of like a stock market simulator game. But dude, the big news is we had a state of play. We had a state of play recently, and weird timing just because of the main audience was, I believe, in China, Japan, whatever. But Phantom Blade Zero, Jake, is looking like it could have a huge launch. Pre-orders apparently are giving the developer S Game plenty of reason to be optimistic. The developer says the game's original scope grew substantially after an incredible response to its 23 PlayStation Showcase reveal, and last week's nearly 20-minute state of play gave people an even deepened look at the combat in the world. This game's shaping up to be one of the more anticipated PS5 games of the year, especially with its October 29th release date approaching. I know it's close to GTA 6. But after that state of play, do you think Phantom Blade Zero is actually going to be a massive hit, or is the hype kind of bigger than the game?
I mean, I am not going to comment on whether or not it's going to succeed, because that really boils down to how fickle the audience is, especially since you've got so many other games around it. With GTA coming up in a couple weeks after this, and before that, you've got all this stuff from September. So I will be curious, but I will say, watching this state of play, I'm not gonna lie, man, this game looks pretty fucking awesome. And just in terms of I typically am not really into these types of games, especially it looks very Soulsy. They say that it's not, so I don't know what that means. But, dude, and I think I mentioned this last week when I said that, when they first revealed this, the combat looked really cool. And that is true. If you look at the gameplay of this, combat looks fucking awesome. There's this one sequence where he has this, drunken bubble sword or some shit, and he's doing, all this drunken master move type stuff, and there's all these bubbles flying around and shit, and it looks fucking cool. And then there's all these, accessory weapons that he has, this gauntlet that fires, a bomb, and then he has this flamethrower thing that's a big Chinese dragon mask that he pulls out over his head, and he, shoots fire all over the enemies. It looks... Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. This game looks pretty fucking rad. Am I going to buy it at launch? I don't know. It's really difficult for me to commit to anything that close to Grand Theft Auto, but my interest is definitely peaked on this game after what I've seen, and I'm really anxious to see how people receive it, how it's reviewed, all of that stuff. And it looks like Sony's kind of, I don't want to say going all in on this game, but they gave it its own state of play. So there's definitely some level of faith in what they're putting out here. And
definitely some confidence.
Yeah. And so I'm more jazzed than I've ever been about this game. Not that that's saying a lot, because I never really was looking forward to it, but I think it does look really cool. What are your thoughts, Fred?
Dude, after watching this, I think they keep talking about how they've invented a new aesthetic, which is like a kung fu punk.
Yeah.
And dude, I gotta admit, I'm on the same page as you. I can't believe how good this game looks. Now, granted, the state of play, there were a couple places where you could see frame rate drops and stuff, but I guess they were talking about combat being the main focus of the game, but then it's not a linear game, but it's also not an open world game. And they're talking about how every little corner of this game was handcrafted, and the maps were all hand drawn to look like old Chinese maps. And what's cool about that is that it gives you an idea of the direction to go, where you're trying to go, but there's all kinds of shit in between you and that destination that aren't on the map that you can just stumble onto, which is kind of gives the illusion of exploration, which is awesome. Dude, I think the story's kind of wild too. Like they've got this like 66 days to live thing. Apparently, you get killed and then somebody somehow brings you back to life for 66 days. So the difficulty modes that go, they talk about this. They say that like they have just like your regular difficulty mode. They have an easy difficulty mode where you can just kind of enjoy the game, and then they have this like a Hellwalker mode. And then if you unlock the 66 days mode, the way that they track your time and then it's permadeath is by how many times you die on your playthrough. Each time you die is a day. So that's kind of smart. So like you got to get fucking good at these bosses. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be good at them and these bad guys. And dude, everything about it is just so wild looking and so interesting. I mean, just for the aesthetic alone, I kind of want it. I kind of want to try it. But I don't know if it's a game for me. I don't know if it's like a Souls kind of game where like the battles are just going to be really hard. It doesn't look that way. It does look challenging, but it doesn't look like it's one of those games you're just going to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe they've got this secret, I don't know, all the secret spices here with this game. I think maybe they've dialed it in, man. It looks good. And there weren't a lot of cutscenes, but there were some cutscenes, and like even that boss battle they show, like when you finally deliver the final blow, like it cuts to like a cutscene of you taking the boss out and doing like this cool flip around behind him, and like because that thing you're talking about is like it's like two people, a mini dragon, and they're running around together, and like you get the back end of him, and then you rip like his face off, which is like this mask. You tell like it was like actually attached to his face, and there's like blood and guts on it and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just like fucking rad. It looks good.
It does.
It's definitely got my attention after having not ever had my attention. Watching the state of play made me kind of excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm really anxious to see. Like I said already, I'm anxious to see how well it does because it looks like one of those games that could potentially be. I hope it's not one of those games that ends up being lost in the sauce, as it were. If it is really as good as it looks, so
yeah.
But we'll just have to see. I mean, it's a stacked year, so we'll have to figure out really what people typically don't have. As long as a game gets out before a big launch, typically it doesn't have too much of an issue selling. But I can see GTA being one of those games where people might not buy games specifically because they're waiting for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, we will. Pretty cool looking game though. If you haven't checked out the state of play, it's on PlayStation's YouTube, and man, it's definitely worth a watch. Only like 20 minutes, and they did a good job with it. They did a real good job with it. I was impressed. I also wonder too, like the guy who was like the one guy who was talking started off the state of play. Clearly just in like a studio setting, but where do they get that? Like it's like there's like a weird light in the distance. There's like some sort of ancient stone pillar behind him, but he's clearly in a studio. It's like, where is that location where they're shooting that? Because it's exactly what you expect for something like this, but then that place doesn't actually really exist anywhere. It's just like, yeah, it looks really nice on camera, but like I don't even know where this is or what you're trying to like tell me with the background. It's just like something vaguely interesting, but it just works. I don't know. Anyways, lastly on my news list, I just want to remind everybody because there was some more gameplay released by Konami. September 24th, Silent Hill Townfall is coming out. And horror game fans are eating pretty well right now.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think that this is another awesome one to add to the list. So something to keep an eye out. It looks good.
I think it looks pretty good. I'll be curious to see how Silent Hill takes the jump to first person. I mean, obviously they're following in the footsteps of the giant of Resident Evil, and everyone loves what they've done with Resident Evil. So I'm curious how this one is going to play out. I'm I enjoyed my time with Silent Hill 2. I thought the game was a little too long.
Same.
I don't like it as much as Resident Evil, but it is still very good. So I'm interested in this game. Am I going to play it when it comes out? I mean, maybe if it's it might be a good kind of Halloween time game, but I don't know. Maybe I'm playing Phantom Blade Zero. I have no idea. So
I'll tell you, dude, let me just speak on environments in video games. If you can have a video game where like the subject matter kind of piques my interest a little bit, but the environment is like set in the fall time where the wind's blowing, or you're on like a lakeside, like this Townfall, you're like in some like small town next to a lake, and the wind's kind of whipping and tarps are flapping and like the fog's up, and like you can kind of feel like the mist in the air and like the chillness of the, like, dude, like that's like Alan Wake 2, like those scenes where you're going to like the other location, you're driving down that road and the autumn leaves are like kicking around.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going from, dude, if you have those scenes in your game, like I'm just going to play it. I'm just going to play it because I want to live in that climate 24/7 my whole life. I just want to be in the fall time. I wouldn't mind having a nice little lake with a little bit of a breeze. I don't want to sweat. I just want to feel comfortable. And dude, there's something about that Townfall scene where the guy walks up to the town sign that's outdoors and it says, "Welcome to blah, 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 blah." And there's like a blue tarp on it. And the wind's and it blows the tarp off. I'm just like, yeah, take me there in real life. It'd be fucking nice.
Yeah, like only got another month or so before we're doing that here.
I can't wait. Just make it happen now. It's when I'm at my most peaceful. I'm at my most inner peace is in the fall time, dude. Just that temperature, just regulate. I run warm, so I need that, dude. But yeah, I love that aesthetic. And if you're going to put time into it, and it kind of reminds me of like the Dunwich Horror, like the Port Innsmouth Port or whatever, that H.P. Lovecraft short story about the fish people and living on this this coastal fishing town. Like, it's just kind of cool. Anyways, I'm done talking about it. But that's coming out. New games coming out this week. We're getting Aliens Fireteam Elite 2. Epidia's Special, Blood Dungeon, which is a 2D platforming survival game. Once Human, August 25th. August 26th, there's no major releases listed. August 27th, Agalos 2, Animal Shelter 2, Brigandine Abyss, Drop Dead The Cabin, Ghetto Zombies Graffiti Squad, Infection Free Zone, Lose Lagoon, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, Mind Diver, Murders on the Yangtze River, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, August 27th, Star Wars, Zero Company, Sword and Fairy 6, The Immortal John Triptych, and The Long Survival. And then finally on Friday the 28th, we are getting Captain Tsubasa 2, World Fighters, and Once Alive, which is a post-apocalyptic mystery. That's all I got for the show today.
So, do we know? So this is like the week that's going to kick it off. I mean, you've got Metal Gear Solid, you've got Plague Tale, you've got Star Wars. And I think next week is like is where we get like Blood of Dawnwalker.
No, Wolverine's November.
No, Wolverine's in September, but it's not till it's like 3 weeks from now. It's on the 15th, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, do we know the Plague Tale game? I only ever saw the one trailer for it that was in that. It was either
Legacy.
Yeah, it was either in the State of Play or maybe it was a Jeff Keighley's thing or something. But is it a story? Maybe this is a minor spoiler, but is this game about that chick, that protector girl that from like way back that they talk about that they follow
Sophia?
around? I don't know. Is that her name?
Well, I'm looking at the synopsis. It says set 15 years before Requiem, play as
Oh,
Sophia, a
yeah.
fierce young plunderer on the run and determined to uncover the secrets of her past. Dive into an original story blending combat, myth, and fate with a brand new take in the universe of A Plague Tale. Sophia's journey leads to the Minotaur's
Oh,
island.
Sophia is the pirate chick from the second game.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
So you're going to face trials, navigate treacherous trails, solve puzzles, fighting and staying one step ahead of the army chasing her. The true challenge awaits as the terrifying creature hidden behind the myth will soon resonate with her. The Minotaur, I'm guessing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious about this game because Sophia was a cool character in the second game. And
I'm thinking it's going to be more action based.
And I remember that I don't know if you remember, there's a part in the second game where she has to kill somebody and she makes some comments about how like she never wanted to do that again or something like that. And like it was like clearly like an emotional thing for her. So I wonder if this is like sort of what built that portion of her character. Maybe there's a lot of combat in this. I wouldn't mind. And don't get me wrong. I mean, you guys have listened to me talk about A Plague Tale Requiem. I would not mind a Plague Tale game that has combat in it. If I'm being 100% honest with you, because as much as I loved those first two games, you know, after the first 10 hours or so, I'm getting a little sick of slinking around and throwing rocks.
I get it. Yeah.
And so, as much as I like the story and everything, so I'm curious to see how this one plays out. I think it comes out, what did you say, Thursday or Friday? Thursday, I think.
Thursday, 27th.
So we shall see. I'm anxious to see how this game reviews, and I want to watch a little bit more content on it because I've only ever seen that one trailer. And when I watched that trailer, I hadn't played the second game yet, so I didn't know who Sophia was. So now that I know who she is, I'd be curious to watch the trailer again and see, because I played it recently, to see how much of that, pardon the pun, resonates with me. But I've also heard maybe some decent things about this Star Wars Zero Company game, which I think is like a tactical game.
Yeah, it looks that way.
And then obviously the sort of interesting thing about the Metal Gear Solid Collection Part 2 is that Metal Gear Solid 4 has been trapped on PS3 forever. It's never been migrated. So now, if you buy this collection, you can play Metal Gear Solid 4.
That Guns of the Patriots?
Yes. On modern hardware.
It's a great game.
I've never played it, and I've always wanted to. I have heard that some of the cutscenes are a bit much in terms of like how long they are and everything. But I am
like 40 minutes sometimes, I think.
Right. So have I played all the other ones? I've played at least in part all the other mainline Metal Gear games. So I am kind of curious about it. But we'll have to see. So that is the games that we're playing. Fred, do you have any other things that you want to share with the audience before we get going on this Sunday morning?
I got nothing. I just hope everybody has a nice week. And
can I
play anything new? Right?
Can I just say I had no idea until I saw it in your video that you guys have a cat.
Oh yeah, there's two here.
Which is pretty.
I'm actually pissed off because I have these running earbuds, right?
Yeah.
And they have these little fucking doohickeys that go on the end.
Yeah. Cats love them.
Missing.
They love
missing.
them.
Don't know where it is. Don't have a replacement. I can't run without a headset. So now I got to order something.
Yeah, I think you can order like a box of those things. But yeah, they like I don't know if it's because of like your earwax gets in there or something, but like
dude, I don't know. They
love those fucking earbuds. I don't know what it is.
When you were talking earlier, that's what I was looking for, that thing, because it pissed me off because I don't know. Yeah. Usually it doesn't mess with anything over here, but it must have found those and had
So the one thing, did you watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh, it's coming out again. It's
I was going to say,
soon.
did you see that they released some trailers for the second season?
I didn't see the trailers, but I did read something about there is a release date for it. I don't know what it is.
I am very curious because I thought the first season was incredible. It was a little bit hard to watch. Actually, I would say a little bit. It was really hard
October
to watch.
20th.
Oh, wow. Okay, so in a couple of months. But I am interested to see. I watched the first trailer that came out for Edge Runners 2, and it looks interesting. But I'm curious to see if it's going to be as fucked up as the first season was, because the first season was real fucked up.
And it
was good. No, it was good. It was really good. It was just kind of hard to watch, especially by the end. But yeah. So I'm curious about that. But otherwise, I don't know, man. I think I don't know if the weather's going to hold off. But I might have to take a chill day. I got to go get some groceries, but
just relax.
My legs are so fucked from running yesterday that I just need to do a little bit of a chill. Maybe I'll do a little bit of cleaning or something.
Yeah,
but
dude, we have this heavy duty steel cart thing I got from Harbor Freight when we installed the patio. I used it to move bricks to the backyard. And this thing's heavy duty, like it's nice. There's a shed out back, and it drives me crazy because there's all this foliage all over around this shed. And to open the doors, like you're just like, I'm gonna open this door and probably like 30 ticks are gonna fall on me because like you hit all the branches above it and just knocking leaves around and you're trying to open the doors. And then when you start pushing a thing in, the branches will slowly start closing the doors. And it's like, can we just cut this down? And the answer is just always like, I kind of like it. It's pretty. I'm like, yeah, but it ruins the shed. You can't use the shed. Anyways, I was trying to push this steel cart into the shed, and the door closed just to the right thing that it clipped and it hit something, and my knee went right into the corner of this cart, like bam, like that. Dude, it was almost debilitating for half the day. Like I couldn't bend it. I put ice on it. Like it was so bad, but it feels completely normal today. But I bet you there's like some sort of hairline fracture in there. Dude, I hit that thing so hard. So I understand. Yeah, it's good to be laid up and do nothing. I got that work thing at 1:00, but outside of that,
can't you just like trim the bitch back? Like you don't have to cut the tree down. Just trim it back.
Yeah, something needs to be done. I mean, it's getting out of control.
I totally get that though. Like I know Sarah and I have had these arguments before where she's like, you know, she likes the look of like the overgrown foliage and stuff. And I'm like when we bought this house, I tore out all the landscaping around the house. She's like, oh, I like it. Like the house looks naked now. I was like, we could put new landscaping in, but it's fucking up the house. It's fucking up the siding. It's like all this stuff. Like you got to keep it tidy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It is what it is.
The, you know, the freaking, the secret garden look is awesome, but it has its drawbacks.
Yeah. There's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah. So anyway, with that out of the way, Fred, that has been episode 434 of PS This Is Awesome. Fred has delightfully named it Grand Theft Game Code because he's not stealing an automobile. He's stealing the game code for Grand Theft Auto.
In the YouTube graphic, he's in the back of a stolen automobile hacking Grand Theft Auto game code.
Yeah. So anyway, very with that out of the way, Fred, this has been PS This Is Awesome, episode 434. I'm Jake. That's Fred. We'll see you next week. So like Resident Evil, Ratchet and Clank, and Returnal, PS. This is awesome.
This is awesome.